Well, howdy ho, two P-Race fans. Big Biz and Junior here. As you know, last night, today's Monday, last night we took out bad gear. My new one is not in yet, but we had a spare one. It's not the ratio that I wanted, but it is a gear. We can race with it. But it's in. I just got done put it all in. We put the axles in, cleaned up our caps for our floater axles, got those on. I don't add my differential fluids yet. I'll probably wait until tomorrow to do that. That way it gives that silicone time to set up. Let's see here. There is no racing at Indianapolis this weekend. So that means, here is either the good tires or tires on rims. So, like this tire here, I cannot run it because it's not legal. It's not an M30 or M60. But it's got a 4-inch backspace feedlock. I bought it off of a guy. So, may work on trying to get that broke down. I don't know how it's going to work, but we'll figure it out. I'm going to take everything out of the front end that we just put in for last weekend for Circle City. We're going to take it all back out, and we're going to put the spring cups back in the weight jacks. We'll put the weight jacks back in. We're going to clean them up, put them back in. Still got some dirt down in them. I don't know if you can see it or not. But we're going to clean them up, put them back in, get all of our adjustments back, put it back on the scale. I had a couple people comment, why are you scaling your car so much? Well, because I don't know a whole lot about this stuff yet. And when I look at numbers, I can see the numbers. When I get to the track, if I make changes, so I write all these numbers down. When I get to the track, if I make changes and I remember how the track surface was, I'll come back to the house, put it back on the scale. After I clean it up, put it back on the scale, and then I'll know the adjustments that I made, exactly how much percentages I either lost or gained or whatever, this or that. That way, when I go to the initial setting that I scale it at, and I go to the track, and when I get to the track, I have in my notes what adjustments I need to make. So, I can't find, I was going to change the carburetor out, but I cannot find, I can't find my spacer, the 2-barrel spacer. So we're leaving the 4-barrel on there. We'll see how it does. But tomorrow, we are going to probably do some tire prepping. I don't know what the temperature is supposed to be tomorrow, but tomorrow's Tuesday. You got to remember, Thursdays is my golf day, so I don't get a whole lot of time on Thursdays. Friday, I have a club meeting, so I won't have a whole lot of time on Friday. So really, it's just tomorrow and Wednesday to get this car back in shape and ready to go. Look at that. Got to wash her up this week. She is filthy. Here's some exciting news. So we did get the cradle. This is the cradle right here that goes over the transmission, hooks into the transmission, and that is for the Iowa car. So we can put that down in there. Start working on it now. So I have to build the rear motor mounts for the mini mid plate. I guess that's what you call them. So I got to build those, and when I get the other gear in, I'm taking the gear out of this car that I just put in, and I'm putting it in the Iowa car. So So that's that. I got to work on getting some tires. There's a whole bunch of stuff we got to work on getting. The tires that we have was wrong, as you've seen in the last video with the guy helping us out. I'm going to keep running what I have. I may just find one or two that will help me with the stagger part. I thought I had a few, but I don't.
Hey, Dad.
What? So, yeah. So we got, oh, I still got to get a grease zerk for the rear, for the drive shaft. That's another thing I got to get. I'd like to get a little pressure washer. A couple guys had them at the track last week, and they just pressure washed the car right there at the track. That's kind of cool. But once I get everything put back together, and we'll add the fluid tomorrow. Then that way we can go ahead and start doing some tire prepping and get the rear end done. I thought about adding some more weight, but there is just nowhere to put it on this car. This chassis builder kind of limited on where you could put weight. Some of these cars, they got bars that are specifically for weight, and you can stack the weight. You can add 500 or 600 pounds if you want. Well, on this chassis, I don't have that, so we're going to just do what we got to do, or what we can do. The car's not feeling too bad, really. It is loose, but we were trying to solve that problem, especially with the gear ratio. You know, the guy, I mean, I'm hoping the information he gave me is going to help us out. But he said that he thinks we're getting too loose. We have too tall of a gear in the rear end, so we're switching that up because I got a good motor, and it's got the horsepower and torque to turn it. So yeah. Let's see here. We got to get the Suburban worked on. I think I'm going to take it in towards maybe the end of the week. Having checked the brakes out on it, that's the number one priority, is the brakes. That thing is rusted underneath pretty bad, but I don't know if I have a bad brake line or what, or maybe, I don't know. But it's all bad because I only have one or two brakes, and well, I only have front brakes. I already know that. Let's see here. We did get some new parts in. Well, I got a new air cleaner for the Trans Am. I didn't know this thing had an aluminum intake on it. That's pretty cool. But yeah, my brake fluid's full. But see, it's been spliced before. And that is, so these have this electronic box on there. And there's a certain way you have to do something special to bleed the brakes. It's not like the old school where you just open up the bleeder, pump it. It doesn't work. It just doesn't work. But I'm still full of fluid. So I guess I don't have a leak. I think it just has air in the system. See right here's where somebody spliced into it, right there. It looks like this is kind of new too. This line here, it's got the newer line, I can tell. It's got the copper infused line, bends real easy. So yeah, we're going to take it in, have my boy Kyler look at everything. And I told him I'd like the exhaust fixed on it. You know, he just has to re-weld it, or maybe cut something off, put another piece in. I think it's got a rusted hole somewhere. I don't know. I don't want a whole new exhaust because I can't afford it right now. But hey, something was brought to my attention. If I got a low tire too, if anybody would like to do like a paid prescription, I am in the works of getting some like keychains and some wristbands and some other things made. Also, on some things that I may do like a really short clip, but I may not release it to everybody, but except for those people that subscribe. And share some footage of the race that night instead of waiting until everything else is put together. So you kind of have like first access to everything. If anybody is interested in that, I think the lowest amount that I can do is like $4.99. So I still got to figure out how people are getting people's addresses to send them stuff and get all that good stuff. Oh, just gray hair. Huh, just gray. But, yeah. I've been thinking about doing something like that. And for people's information, I have not made 1 single cent yet off of YouTube. Just let everybody know. So if everybody thinks I'm making a bunch of money, I haven't made 1 single red cent. I just do this just because I like to show people how racing is, what all we can come in contact with, what kind of ups and downs you can expect if you want to get into the sport. And if you'd like to help out, and if you got some knowledge, I mean, throw it my way. We'll check it out. So, yeah. So, short video today. Finally, about time. But I just want to let everybody know. Oh, there is. Let's see here. Can we see it? I don't know if we can see it. There's the new gear. Well, it's not new, but used gears. We got the caps and the axles back in. Everything sealed up good. It's got to do what you got to do sometimes. May not be the best thing, I guess. May not be what I want. But we'll see. We will see. I did talk to a guy about this. He's asking, his brother-in-law took over a business that the family used to have. So he's asking his brother-in-law if he has any time, because he's been real busy building motors and stuff for drag racing. He builds drag engines. But I told him, I said, everything's there. The bearings are good. Everything's like that. It just needs the pinion and ring changed out. So, if he says, yeah, I got time to do it, we'll order some gears. We'll get it all redone. We'll have that as a backup. So that's something I could change at the track. That actually weighs about 20 pounds lighter than the gears that I just put in. So bugs. So yeah. Let's see. Let's go look at the yard real quick. Make this about a 15-minute video. So I called our county department. I said, hey, a year and a half ago, you guys are supposed to come out here and blow this drain out. And they're like, yeah? Huh. Oh man, it smells like an old pond back here. But it is starting, all the water's basically gone out of the yard, almost. Got just a little bit over there. Probably kind of mucky right around in there. It is a low spot here, but man, the neighbors over there, whew, like I said, I don't know how they were getting in and out of their house. It was about 2.5 foot of water all the way up to the door. So, but it looks like I'll be able to maybe mow sometime at the end of the week. I hope. I don't like my yard getting real tall. Grandkids, and we got a lot of snakes around here, a lot of gardener snakes. I don't really like snakes, even if they're gardener snakes, but all right, guys. You guys have a good night. This is Big Biz signing off for 2P Racing Industries, and I hope you guys have an enjoyable rest of the evening.